Go ahead, Dakota.
What did you think about my dad when you first met him?
Who are you asking?
Both of you.
Oh, both of them. I liked him from the very beginning, to be honest with you.
What did you think, Nana? Of Bruce?
Bruce, who's a geek.
This is so accurate. All right, Alan, your question.
No, tell the truth, Mom.
I gotta tell the truth after that.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I loved him. He's great. He is awesome.
All right, Alan, you're up.
Grandpa, where were you when my mom was born?
Oh.
This was a funny story.
I'm just trying to think now. You know, my memory's not good.
Do you remember, Nana? Where Grandpa was when I was born? You guys were living in Gardner. Well, you remember
South
where...
Gardner.
Yeah, you remember where you were when I was born. You were in the hospital.
You went in.
Because you were there when I was born.
Yeah, right.
Right. And Grandpa, didn't you pass out
Yeah.
and have to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what?
So do you remember what happened at all around why you passed out?
I remember this whole, I remember now that this stuff I've been trying to wipe off my mind. But I can't remember every detail of it.
But you passed out and had to be rushed into the hospital.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And she was born on your birthday. That's right.
Born on my birthday, yeah.
Yeah. And Nana, where were you? Were in the hospital when I was born? With Mom
Yeah.
and Dad.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you remember?
How excited I was.
And didn't you think I was a boy at first? You hollered, "It's a boy!" 'Cause
Oops, no, it wasn't.
And hair. Didn't that what?
No, the umbilical cord got in the way.
Oh.
She saw the umbilical cord in the way and she thought it's a boy. All right, Justice, your number one question.
Nana, who was your family before you married Grandpa?
Who, with what?
He's asking about your family before you got married.
Who was it, right?
Yep.
My name was Toa. Toher.
H-E-R.
Yep.
And what am I thinking? Who was
You're telling
Yeah,
me about
that's-
your family.
they had money.
Yeah, they did.
Money.
Lots of money.
Big time money.
Like millionaire.
And was I told about it often? Yes.
Okay, Dakota, you're up.
First
They
thing
drank
my
the
father
cars
said
and they-
was,
What was the first thing your father said?
"Well, you're not ever going to be able to support that."
All they drove was Lincoln. I could pass them.
You guys should write, Justice, you should write that quote down. What her father said.
What were you doing when Aunt Charity was born?
What was I what?
What were you doing when Aunt Charity was born?
What do you think?
You were in the hospital with Charity too, weren't you? You were in the hospital with all three girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right there.
Yeah, I was in the hospital with her.
All right, Alan, you're up.
You already answered my number 2, so I'm going to move to number 3. Well, this is to both of you. What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
I never knew that.
Instinct. Team
Instinct.
What's your favorite color, Nana?
Red.
So Grandpa's yellow and Nana is red.
I'm not yellow. I like the color yellow.
Okay. All right, Justice, go ahead.
My second question is, what year were you born?
1939.
For Grandpa. And Nana, what year were you born?
1939.
There you
I was
go.
born in 1940.
You were born in 1940? Yeah, you're a year younger.
Yeah,
1940.
Not the whole year.
He's older than me.
Yes.
By about 3 months.
Dakota, go ahead.
Skip that one?
Nope. He asked what the favorite color was.
What was your favorite song when you were young? Like around your like 20s and
When they were teenagers?
30s. 20s and 30s.
What was your
20s,
favorite
30s.
song
Oh.
growing up?
Oh my papa, Eddie Fisher.
How's it go?
Oh my papa.
Go, Dad.
Oh my papa. Da 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 da. Da da da. I can't remember the words.
You know what?
No. So old my papa by Eddie Fisher.
Eddie Fisher was one of my favorite singers. Had a few.
We'll have to look him up.
We're gonna have to look that up. What was your favorite song when you were a teen or young? Do you remember?
That's a hard one. I won't be able to answer it, but it is.
You remember Liam?
Were you a big Elvis fan?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Tender Heart, is it called?
Love Me Tender.
Love Me Tender.
okay, so Love Me Tender by Elvis.
Really?
When she was little,
She was young, a teen,
well, Elvis came along. We were a little older.
Well, he's
Or
like
even
20
yeah,
years.
20,
Yeah,
30s,
okay,
teens,
yeah,
20,
okay.
30s, whenever.
Well, you're just...
He's got it. Okay, Alan, you're up.
Keep everything on track.
Where were you born?
Saco, Maine. S-A-C-O. Maine.
And you, Grandpa?
I've gone full cycle. Gardner, Maine.
You were born in this little hospital here, weren't you?
No.
We got
All right, Justice.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pittston, started in Pittston, but by the time I was 6 years old, 7 years old, we had moved to Portland. And I grew up the rest of my life in Portland.
And Nana, where did you grow up?
Portland.
Portland?
Same town.
Please check telephone connection.
Dakota, where you're up.
What was your favorite thing to do when you were young?
How young? 6.
Do you mean teenagers or when they were little?
Like 18, 19.
Teenagers.
Indeed.
What was your favorite thing to do as teenagers?
Go get Phyllis.
That was a good answer. What was your favorite thing to do when you were a teenager?
Make out.
That explains. So, Mom, I thought it was Dad that was. It wasn't. The truth is coming out.
I taught him everything else.
On that
I was so tired all the time.
note, this ear's here.
All right, Alan, you're up.
Grandpa, what was your first job?
My first, you mean given to me by my parents or actually out?
Actually, yeah.
My first job, I ran a automobile parking lot in Portland, Maine.
How old were you? Do you know?
I was 15.
Wow.
But I was always very, very, very clever with automobiles, cars, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So the guy who owned the parking lot, more or less, when I started working, he just took on.
Awesome.
Portland is a bigger city, and a lot of business people and everything park their cars for a fee in this parking lot, which allowed them quick access to the rest of the city.
Gotcha.
And I would park the cars in accordance to the way they may be coming back to pick them up, because they were sometimes 5, 6 deep.
Wow, yeah. That's pretty cool. What was your first job, Nana? What was your first job outside of the home, Nana?
Babysitting.
You did babysitting?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you remember who you babysat for?
I babysat for a Jewish family, Jacob.
The Jacobs?
Yeah.
That's cool.
How old were you when you first babysat?
Oh gosh, I was 14.
Wow.
They used to go off on weekend leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
I can remember that because you're my girlfriend.
I almost was his girlfriend when I come out of the canal. When I come out, I said, "Hi, Leo."
Waiting for you 2 months.
All right, who's next? What's your question, Justice?
What was your father and mother's name?
Mine?
Grandpa first.
Arthur was my dad's name. Arthur. And my mother's name was Leona. Thus, Leo.
Oh, so you were named after your mom.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Alan was named after my dad.
And Nana, what were your parents' names?
My mother was Frances.
Francis.
Mother or father?
Because her mother's name was Frances.
Oh,
And your father's name?
Fred.
Fred.
Frederick.
Fredrick.
Frederick.
And it was Toher, right?
Yep.
Toher.
Money.
All right, Coda, you're up.
Who was your favorite actor when you were 15?
When what?
When you were a teenager, who was your favorite actor?
I know mine.
Who was it?
John Wayne.
John Wayne. That's a good one. Who was your favorite actor, Nana? Elvis.
Elvis.
Hey, Dakota, can you throw those flip-flops over behind? Thank you.
Where you going?
I was gonna take Amy to the patent restaurant in a year.
She wants to hear this.
Okay.
This is funny.
I didn't know she was comfortable.
This is
Find
hilarious.
out history.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep going anyway.
Well, hear things that nobody else
Yeah.
does.
Go ahead, Alan. What's your question, Alan?
How many pets have you had?
Oh, Lord. Serious.
I'm the longest lasting.
Well, maybe who was your favorite pet, or what pet do you have the fondest memory of?
You may ask me.
Jojo.
Jojo? A dog, Jojo?
Remember him?
What kind of dog was it?
Spaniel?
Cocker Spaniel. So Cocker Spaniel named Jojo was Nana's fondest memory. And what was your fondest memory?
I've had absolutely strong tie to every one of the dogs that we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But I would say probably Bear.
Bear. I remember Bear.
He was gorgeous.
Yeah. What kind of dog was he? Do you remember?
He was
Mastiff.
Mastiff and Husky.
Yeah, it was a big dog. He was big, almost a small pony.
Kids rode it.
Yeah.
In the living room and they'd lay on him and he'd lay right there.
We used to have, we'd have, it was Anna, Naomi, Cindy, and Leo. They'd all, this is how big he was. They'd all lay down and
Yeah, I do.
his body would be their head. I mean,
Wow.
be their
Like
pillow.
late teenagers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every once in a while, Bear would just lift his head up and look down and he'd check each one to make sure they were all right.
Watching TV, laying down.
Oh.
They did.
Yeah.
And he would not get up until everyone then.
That's
That's a
awesome.
good dog.
Yeah, he was. He was magnificent.
Okay.
And Tony and the kids, we watched over you guys.
I remember him.
Remember that?
Because we were older. When...
Who's next?
What was your first house?
Or where was, you mean where?
Yeah.
Yeah, where was your first house together?
Together?
Oh, good Lord.
We owned.
Oh, just where you lived, you know?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
I was a parachute.
This
The service.
That's right.
I used to jump out of airplanes.
All I can see is you like on your way down your parachutes over
The
your
first
dog.
time he jumped,
I did. First time I jumped, I checked to see if it was open and I was in.
the first time he jumped, all the women, their husbands jumped too. They're all in the same thing.
They didn't
I
actually
had
jump,
never
but they
been
watched.
out to see them jump, out in the field to see them jump. So, they didn't tell me that I wouldn't be able to pick them out.
Yeah, you got only 1,000 parachutes coming down.
They were all coming down.
Where's
and I
Leo?
said, "Where's Oh, I was so naive.
No.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Military, I was a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne.
82nd. In what year?
You ought to put that down.
This is 1956 through 1959.
So 1956 through 1959, he was a paratrooper in the what?
82nd Airborne Division.
82nd Airborne Division,
Stationed in North Carolina?
Yes.
stationed in North Carolina.
Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Fort Bragg.
Here's a
Okay.
great question. How did you meet?
School.
When I was 6.
I pull her hair. They used to have pigtails and things, and I pull her hair.
Sat behind me and he pulled my braids.
Oh.
Seriously?
Yep. I turned around and slammed him.
That was a punch of love.
It was a love tap.
That's what you thought.
Then she'd sit down and put it right back where you can get it again.
You gotta tell them what you told her though at the same time. That you was gonna,
Oh, when she was, how old was she?
12.
12. I told her I was going to marry her. And it sounded just like you guys did just a minute ago.
I went home and told my mother and she laughed with me.
A few years later, they were all crying.
My father said he went and asked my father.
He said over my dead body, and he was 6'7".
He stood
I
up.
said, well, I'm still going to marry her.
He was rugged too. I would have been a little bit scared.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep, yep.
Now, Nana, were you the oldest or the youngest? Like what?
They're gonna ask that question.
Oh, they are gonna ask
Yeah,
that?
they are gonna ask that question.
You're ruining everything.
Okay, who's next?
What's this for? Are you gonna write a book?
Yes, they're gonna write a story.
What is your favorite food?
Candy.
Nana likes candy.
Look at right over there, 11.
What's your favorite food, Grandpa?
Lobster.
Lobster.
I like lobster too.
Yes, she does.
If you weren't gonna include candy, probably lobster would be good too.
Right. Okay, who's next? Justice? Oh, this one's for Grandpa. This one's for Grandpa.
Grandpa,
Yes.
what was your first car?
My first car was a 1941 Ford.
What model? Do you remember?
It was a four-door.
Four-door? Was it like, did they have special names for them back then? Like Mustang? Or
No,
it was
back
just a
then.
1941 Ford?
Yeah. Back then they had Chevrolets, Fords,
Gotcha.
Buicks, Pontiacs. There was not the array of vehicles there.
The array of names. You guys will have to look up what that car looked
General
like.
Motors was one company, and Ford Motor Company was the other.
What was the, what color was it?
The first one I had was blue.
Like a dark blue or a sky
No, it
blue?
was like a metallic blue.
Ooh,
It was one of the first, not the metallics like you see today, because the paint's so much better.
right.
But it had a different look than just plain clear.
Plain light blue. It was a metallic blue. You should write that down, a metallic blue. All right, Dakota, you're
This
next.
one's for both of you. How many siblings do you have?
Well, pick one first. Ask Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, how many siblings do you have?
I have
Vincent.
Vincent, Dennis, and Amy was adopted. The adopted sister.
What was the, who was first? Who, you know, how did that go?
I was the oldest. My brother Dennis was next. My brother Vincent was next. And my sister Amy was adopted.
Right. And Nana, how many siblings do you have?
Oh,
She said that like
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, who are they?
Mary Ellen.
Was the oldest?
She was, wait a minute.
Betty was
But she was my half.
But she's still a sibling.
Yeah, okay.
So Sister Betty. Yeah, Betty was the oldest.
Yeah. Then
Philip?
Philip. Betty, Philip. Mary Ellen. Gloria. Freddie and me.
Wow, so you had 6.
Marion.
And Marion.
And
Mary.
Mary.
And 7. And were you the youngest? Or was Marion the youngest?
Miriam was the
Gotcha. So you were the second to youngest. Cool. Okay, Alan.
I'm about.
Oh, you're all out of questions? Marion.
Mary.
And Justice?
Hey, Grandpa, do you have a favorite president?
or what?
Favorite president of the United States?
In my era, yes, I wouldn't, to go back, I probably have to say George Washington, but in my era, let me give that a couple of minutes of thought. I was leaning toward Eisenhower first, so.
So, Nana, your favorite president would be Eisenhower?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think probably it would be the same with me.
Yep.
I think that I liked Nixon, but Eisenhower was probably.
Your
I
favorite?
think he was one of the greatest.
Okay, so President Eisenhower, and he thought he was one of the greatest. All right, who's next? Dakota?
What were your grandparents' names?
My grandfather's name was Vincent. This was on my dad's side. And his mother was named Edna, my grandmother.
So Vincent Campbell and Edna Mae Allen Campbell.
Yes.
Those are their names. And that was on his father's side. How about the Beckwith side, Gramp?
On my Beckwith side, I didn't really know my grandmother. Because she was deceased before I became old enough
Gotcha.
to know much about it. But Moody Beckwith.
Moody Beckwith. Okay, yeah, that's right. Coach Beckwith is your cousin.
Yes.
That's a cool name.
Moody, I like that.
M-O-O-D-Y.
Moody. And Nana, who were your father? Did you know your father's parents at all? Your grandparents on your dad's side?
Yeah,
What would you remember their names?
Clifford
Clifford?
and, what's the other name? I don't remember that.
We can find it for you.
Yeah.
So Clifford Toher, Toher, and then put a question mark for the grandmother to remind me to find her name. Do you remember your mother's parents? Were they alive?
I remember my grandmother,
Yeah?
Daisy.
Daisy, that's pretty.
She used to sing that song, Daisy. All the time to her. She loved that.
So do you remember her last name? Was it Hunter? Do we think it was Hunter?
Think.
Your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
We can look that up for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look that up for you too. So do you remember your grandfather's name? Was he alive when you were young?
Well, on my,
Mother's side. So you had, who was Daisy married to? No, oh yeah, no problem. We can find that too.
yeah. That'd be interesting to me.
Yeah, I'll get it to you as soon as, yeah, we'll get that for you. Dakota, are you next? Justice, you're next.
Nana and Grandpa, what was your last job?
I've been singing gospel music in the ministry. I don't know, last 20 years, I guess.
Yeah, more, yeah.
Or more.
And Nana, what was your last job outside of the home? Didn't you have that family you were taking care of that lost their
yeah.
mother?
Yeah, I was,
Those little boys?
took care of a family. They lost another and I went in. He was a doctor.
Cushing's, right?
Huh?
Cushing.
Cushing's?
Cushing.
Dr. Cushing. No, not, no.
I used to, you know, I went in and totally took over. The little boy, he was very young.
Yeah, very.
So I really, I said, no,
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Okay, Dakota?
This one's for both of you. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Well, when I was young, I wanted to be Superman.
He wanted to be Superman.
Oh,
Dad, when you were
I
young.
came pretty close.
And I bet you wish you could be.
He even has the, Dakota, he even has the cape.
jumping
Are
out
you
of the
serious?
window.
He even has the cape.
I had the Superman suit made by my mother for me.
Really?
Yeah, and I would jump, I'd run across the room and jump out the window. Hey, I was on the second floor.
Was there snow or something to catch you?
No, I was tough. I was tough as nails, I really was.
He's a good storyteller.
I I am telling the absolute truth. No story involved there. That's
How
exactly
high
what
was the second floor? 3 feet?
No, second floor was probably as jumping off that window, right? Over the upper window there.
Wow. What did you?
That was nothing for a 10, 12-year-old boy, 8, 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I had soup and soup from age 8 to I was about 12. My mother had to keep that.
Did he keep fixing it so it would fit you?
So I could. Well, I was pretty strong as Superman.
I'm sure he jumped out off of a building
Yeah.
with a sheet and a trampoline at the bottom.
Not a sheet, just a trampoline at the bottom.
What did you want to be when you grew up? A mother.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished there.
Yeah.
That's all I ever
She's been a great one.
be a mother.
Yes, she has.
Have babies. We had babies.
Great grands.
My family's my life.
And it really has been.
Oh yeah, it has been.
That's more of a job.
But-
because I've been a professor.
But
Oh, yeah, it is.
My family's been more of my life than anything else before, too. Actually. I
Justice.
wouldn't even let my kids go and get married. I made them sing.
Yeah.
That,
I said I wouldn't even let my kids go and get married. I made them sing with them.
Justice.
Nana and Grandpa, who are your friends? Let's start with Nana.
Who were your friends? You had a bunch of sorority sisters, didn't you?
yeah, I belong to a sorority.
So Nana belonged to a sorority in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top-notch sorority was the best.
Yes, it was.
And he was in the front.
I was different
You had to meet very many rivals.
And you passed them all, huh?
I was in a fraternity, too.
What was the name of your sorority?
Huh?
What was the name of your
Hi,
sorority?
Kappa.
Bi Kappa was the name of her sorority, Justice. Can you write that down?
My
Phi
frat,
Kappa?
my
Bi
frat.
Kappa.
Hi, Kappa.
Pi? Pi Kappa or Bi?
Hi.
Pi Kappa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look it up. What was the name of your fraternity? Do you remember?
Kyle?
Say it again.
No. What's the name of my frat?
Can't remember.
Shoot.
We can look it up.
What school was that?
Very nice.
High school. You know, high school.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah.
Portland High